Brought to you by a man voted the world's worst youth mentor. This is The Daniel Natal Show. Montesquieu in the 1700s said that when a society fears a threat from without, it calls upon its men to be strong, capable, independent, like what we expected of our youth during World War II. However, when all outward threats cease, tyrants might start to react to threats, real or imagined, from within. When that happens, they begin to see their own people as the enemy and take active measures against them. Montesquieu writes, Aristodemos, tyrant of Cumae, sought to weaken the courage of the youth. He wanted the boys to let their hair grow long like a girl's, dressing it with flowers, and to wear variously colored robes down to their heels. To have women bring them their parasols, perfumes, and fans when they went to their dancing masters and their music masters. In the bath, women gave them their combs and mirrors. This education lasted until the age of 20. This is suitable only for a petty tyrant who risks his sovereignty in order to defend his life. Any American can see with his own eyes, as America's oligarchy fears that it doesn't have the consent of the governed. Their solution to their illegitimacy is promoting effeminacy and weakness to the youth so that no revolutions can happen, which is why the archetypes they're promoting to the young are Cooper, the White House intern.
Hi, my name is Cooper, and this is a day in my life as a White House intern.
We did a joke. Hey, Jenny, I booked you a nail appointment, love.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to do that.
It's called Initiative.
Likewise, military recruiting ads that promote lesbian moms.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California, with a little girl raised by two moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. And after meeting with an army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength and maybe shatter some stereotypes along the way. I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
Why this is an interesting phenomenon to examine is because, unlike our oligarchical class, which fears the American people and perceives a threat from within, China apparently perceives a threat from without. How do we know this? Because they're bolstering the masculinity of their youth rather than trying to effeminize them. See this article, China Bans Sissy Effeminate Men from TV. China's crackdown on its entertainment industry continues with a recent ban on sissy men, vulgar internet celebrities, and reality talent shows, among other new measures. Industry cleanup. The National Radio and Television Administration, NRTA, told broadcasters on Thursday to ban sissy idols who don't follow macho male stereotypes, reported the South China Morning Post. This is part and parcel of other reports from the beginning of the year, such as China promoting an education drive to make boys more manly. Clearly, China is preparing for a hot war. Why would they be doing this? Well, one clue was covered in a previous presentation I gave about how China does not borrow money from central banks. Joseph Farrell writes, There's a little-known aspect of China's booming economy that Western financiers, economists, and media mandarins are loath to discuss. And that is that China's money is created by China and not borrowed from private bankers. In effect, this means that China's money is debt-free. In short, Communist China has followed the precedent established by the American Federal Constitution, where the money-creating and issuing power lies with the Congress, that is, with the state. So the fact that China controls its own currency puts them in the crosshairs. That and that alone would put a huge target on their back by the central bankers. Likewise, George Soros has been complaining to other Western oligarchs that China may have double-crossed the New World Order crowd, and does not intend to let them swoop in and buy the place up. He said that investors in Xi's China face a rude awakening. The deal was supposed to be that Western oligarchs sabotage the United States from within, shift all industry and finance to China, and use China as the engine for their New World Order. If China double-crosses them, then these treasonous oligarchs are left in the lurch. They just destroyed the West, and with the Far East denying them access, they're done. The solution? Mount a war against China. What China is banking on is that the American military has been so effeminized and enfeebled that they can't project power around the world, especially now since their assets got Biden to hand over Afghanistan to Beijing, and purges have been happening, driving out the most capable, qualified, and healthy troops to replace them with Cooper, the White House intern. As China calls for strength and masculinity from its youth, the State Bureau of Grain and Material Reserves organized the release of National Reserve crude oil. Clearly, China thinks that its oil is about to be cut off and is prepping for the first time in its history to obviate this tactic from the central bankers. China is gambling that the United States has been so sabotaged and so weakened internally that it can't do anything if they waltz into Taiwan. Their operatives in America have spent so much time turning the people against each other in race wars and installing an illegitimate oligarchy who fears the American people that China foresees U.S. attention being focused more on oppressing its own population than in counteracting anything that China has planned. Because make no mistake, China knows what Aristotle said thousands of years ago in his book Politics. The tyrant fears his own people. He encourages vice, weakness, and effeminacy, because should a strong and virtuous citizenry take over, the tyrant's days are numbered. Participants who used the New American Magazine reported that they experienced 12% more muscle mass, 22% more smiles from attractive strangers, and a 72% reduction in cognitive decline. Check us out at thenewamerican.com.